So, Satan, how's it going? You've got most of them. It's the way it is always, isn't it? How many more do you think you're going to get? What do you think? How much time is left now? I mean, you know as well as I do, your time is short. The message has been delivered, as it always has in the past. You can't stop it anymore. You can obscure it. You can try and make fun of it via your forces. Most of these fools that call themselves men on the earth, yeah, you can get them to make fun of it as you did those from before, these morons. How did it end? You remember. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I'm pretty sure you do. You remember how it ended. It's all written in the books. You know as well as I do. You're going to lose. There's no hope for you. The hope is for me. While you think defeating us in this world is going to make you victorious, and I know you don't think that, but your minions do, as you made them believe that death is the end, and death is not the end. Death is just another beginning. The real beginning, instead of this false nonsense that you live here on the earth. So what do you think? What are you going to do next? Yeah, Satan, Iblees, called devil, many other names, scumbag, enemy to the God and his messengers. And since you're enemy to the God, I am your enemy. And the enemies on the earth to God, most of mankind, as it is in all generations, so it is in this generation. They're all enemies to the God, while some of them think they're on God's side by calling God love, God the all-forgiving, God the all-merciful. Thus, they are absolved of everything they're doing. And that's what you want them to think, don't you? Don't you, Satan? I mean, you know you're lost. There's no hope for you and those you have turned into Satans, like you. I mean, there's no hope for them. We know this. I mean, the only problem is these morons that are not yet Satans, they don't know that. And you don't want them to know that, do you? So you have these planted satanic, if not Satans, as leaders of their religions, all of them. There's no exception. It's never been different before. Why would it be different today? So they run around telling their flock that we will guide you to salvation, while they feed them lies, delusion, deception, fantasy, and all sorts of other nonsense that they think is the righteous path. And they wonder, like, how are people like me who think they're on the wrong path, while I alone will tell you the truth and tell you that I know the truth. And since I am not followed or not acclaimed or not glorified by mankind, so there's no way I could be telling you the truth. This is to all of you who are followers of Satan on the earth. Yeah, all you spiritualists, all you Christians, all you Jews, Buddhists, Hindus, Sikhs, atheists, LGBTQ+, SSKKYY, 49, 59, 89, 99, whatever the hell you want to call it. All you people, you think that you are on the right path somehow. And there's no one who can come and tell you that you're on the wrong path because you're on the right path. Well, the reality is about to show up. The judgment of God is about to come over you all. You think you have progressed. You think your technology is going to help you. Your forces are somehow going to defend against the war of God and his messengers. Do you think that's going to happen? Is there any chance of that happening? Yeah, that damn Satan, he knows there's no hope. He fears God, by the way, just like I fear God. But he's his enemy while I am with God and his forces. I've done my job, by the way. The message is delivered. You can't turn it back now. It's been released. If you stop it on the earth, if you take it away from the visibility that it has today, which is about 80% or more of mankind, they can hear the message. They can see it. They can analyze it. They can reject it. They can doubt it. They can accept it. They can submit to it. They can mock it. They can totally criticize it to infinity and have all sorts of doubts and arguments to make it look like it's nonsense. And it's possible, obviously, because otherwise you won't be able to make it nonsense if God didn't let you make it nonsense. So this is the way God works. It's not like you are able to do something that God hasn't allowed you to do. I mean, if there was no doubt created by God, how could you doubt? Yeah. If there was no righteousness created by God, how could you be righteous? And if there was no evil created by God, how could you be evil? What is wrong with you people? When will you wake up to reality? Yeah, of course, never. It's the same thing always. And this damn Satan who looks down upon you as his minions, some of you willing, some of you unwilling, some of you witting, some of you unwitting, some of you unaware, completely unaware that you're following Satan. All the power he has over you, just like all the power he has over you is to call you to his side. With all the leaders on the earth today, all the Western leaders, all the Eastern leaders, all the Northern leaders, all the Southern leaders, they're all satanic. I don't see any one of them who is on the righteous path. There are some better than others. You know, the one that you vilify the most, the one that the West vilifies the most, are probably better than the rest. Yeah. And they will make them look like they're the worst satanic creatures on the earth, while the ones labeling them as such are way worse than those they call the evil ones. And of course, I am the worst guy for you and the rest of the morons on the earth, because I'm telling you, you're all going to hell. There's no escape unless you submit to the command of God, which I bring, I have brought, I've delivered. I have put it in front of you while you don't listen. And because I'm not listened to, or I'm not apparent on the earth, or that I am not known by most, because famous, you have got to be famous, right? I mean, if you're not famous, you're not rich, you're not beautiful, you're not acclaimed, you're not critically acclaimed, you can't be worth anything, right? And you don't have money, then that's impossible, right? I mean, if I don't have money, wealth, which you call money, yeah, your stupid currencies which don't exist, which are fake and soon will be made into dust that they are, useless. Yeah, because of that, I can't be telling you the truth. And Satan's done a great job, like he has with those before you. He makes you believe that we used to live like cavemen. And some of them did, by the way, in the past. Some of them lived in caves. Just that those caves were far better than any house you've made today. Yeah, and you'll ever make. Your technology that he's made you believe that you've progressed, that, you know, we used to live 40 years, 30 years only, you know, average age was that, now it's 80 and 90. Sure, yeah, obviously, yeah, because it's obviously in front of you, while the reality is that you don't get to a tenth of what the early ancestors that were put on this earth got to, up to 1,000 years. Yeah, keep laughing. Snicker in your soul a little bit. Yeah, and that he makes you believe that you're on a spinning ball, zooming through infinite space with no end in sight, no beginning and no end, while he tells you that he's figured out that it's 13.9 billion years, that we started from nothing. Yeah, we came from nothing. Yeah, absolutely. Totally right. What a bunch of hogwash. What a cock and bull story that is. Nonsense to the ultimate level. First of all, let me just tell you a couple of things before I be more sarcastic. This is our second life. We've all lived a life before this. The life in which the story of Adam and his spouse is clear in the Torah and the Injil and the Quran, that they screwed up. Adam screwed up. Yeah. And then what we did, the rest of us, I don't know. If we were tested, we would have screwed up as bad or worse than Adam screwed up. But that story is clear to you who have a heart to see still in the Bible and the Quran. And you make stories of where that happened. Garden of Eden, somewhere on the earth, we got to find it. It ain't here, fools. It's not on this earth. It's on higher ground above us, above the heaven. You won't believe it. It's obvious. So this is our second chance. We already screwed up the first one. And that's why God knows most of us are going to screw up this one. But he's given us a second chance anyway. So maybe a few more of us will not damn our souls to eternal destitution. Yeah, the hell exists. There's a hell waiting for us. It already exists. Many are the demons and the men that are burning in it today, under our feet. Yeah, look up the Torah. It depicts how it is, more or less. Obviously, that picture doesn't really justify what it actually is, but it is the fundamental construction. It's in the Torah. That's exactly what the Bible repeats, and that's exactly what the Quran repeats with absolute clarity. Absolute clarity. A dome above us and around us, hell below us. Beyond the dome is the garden. You got to get out of this dome. These morons are trying to break the dome. They've told you they've already gone beyond the heaven. They haven't reached the heaven's extent and never will. They will be destroyed if they try to reach there. They cannot cross it. They'll be annihilated, all these demons and the men. Yeah, demons, they exist. They're just like men, idiots, fools, rejecting God, making you believe they are gods. These demons that you serve on the earth. Most of your leaders are demons, and the head honcho, the one I'm talking to right now, indirectly, you goddamn Satan, Iblees, devil, demon, you are the worst of them, and you know it. And there's no hope for you. There's no victory for you. You're going to lose. You've lost every time. You're going to lose this time as well. And it's not like you're going to win somehow, yeah? Who has given you that thought process that you're going to win? Yeah? Because you overcome me, you're going to win somehow. Yeah, how does that work? Yeah, because you're going to be able to kill me or persecute or prosecute me, that means you're going to win. Oh, because this is the only thing there is, this life. I see, that's how you're going to win. Okay, you know that as well as I. You persecute, prosecute, or kill me, your end will be hastened. So you will be able to not be able to actually take as many souls as you may want. You've already got 99+% of them in this generation. I mean, how many more do you want? Yeah, you ain't getting this soul. This soul is beyond your reach, beyond your authority. You have no authority. Your laws that you made on the earth, yeah, the same laws that God let you create through these minions, these countries that you've created, and the constitutions which don't merit the paper they are written on. None of them. They don't apply to me. Yeah, no matter where I stand on the earth. You can apply them to me, obviously. You can use those laws to persecute me. Yeah, terrorize me, horrify me, imprison me, even kill me, exile me, take away my sustenance. What's going to happen? And I'm going to die eventually anyways. You can make it difficult for me. How long? How long do you think that's going to happen? before God brings down his command over you, which he does every time. I mean, it's written in the book. I'm not making this up. Open the books. I mean, you know it already. I'm talking to the others now. Yeah, you got to understand I'm going back and forth between Satan and the rest of you who are his followers, knowing and unknowing. Yeah, nothing's going to help you guys. The game is lost for you. The system is crumbling around you. Your stupid, insane financial system, which is the most satanic thing that you could have invented to enslave people while you tell them you're making them free with it. Yeah? You pieces of scum are going to soon see how God's war comes over you and your system. Some of its signs are here already. I mean, you can see them. You can see them clearly. You think this is just passing fancy that is just going to be over, yeah, and then we'll be back to normal, yeah, back to normal. You think all these things that are happening, your idiotic COVID, your mental disorders, your physical disorder, these are just happening. It's just, this just happens, yeah. Yeah, it's nothing to do with God or anything, right? It just happens, and then it'll go back to normal. Sure, it will, yeah. After you're all decimated, then the next generation will come and the same thing will happen to them. How many more generations are there to go? I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not in charge of that. I can just tell you this generation is about to be hit by a wall going at 200 miles an hour, yeah? A solid wall, not a malleable wall, yeah? And when that happens, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And right now, God is just softening you up, and he's just making people aware, those who have a heart to see. Few are they. Few are they. I'm the only one who actually sees what actually is going on. There are others who have a little heart. God's trying to wake them up. That's all. And these people who have a little heart and wake up a little, they think they're gods themselves. You know, we're all gods. Sure you are, you spiritualists, these morons who call themselves anarchists. They think they're gods, and we're not going to listen to anyone. So why are you telling me that you're not going to listen to anyone by telling me to listen to you that you're not going to listen to anyone? I mean, what kind of nonsense do you guys come up with? The only ones that are to be obeyed by the command of God, obviously, are God and his messengers. I being one of them, obviously, which you will never understand and never figure out till you die. You know, then I'll be brought out, just like every other messenger will be brought out over their people, yeah, and we'll be the witnesses over you, and then you'll have nowhere to run that day. You won't be able to mock us that day. You won't be able to humiliate us that day. You can mock us here, you can kill us here, you can humiliate us, you can call us all sorts of names. It does not matter. It does not matter. This world is a nonsensical creation anyways. I mean, even if you peel the few layers that you can, it's all nonsense. And God has made it easy for us to figure out that it is nonsense. Yeah, but you will make seriousness out of this joke, while you make a joke out of the seriousness which is the hereafter, the real life, where the real existence exists. Yeah, and you may, oh, this is a matrix, this is created, this is like, oh, we're all in part. Oh, you don't know what the hell's going on. Understand that. You don't know what's going on. You just need to understand it's a deception, a delusion. There is no escape from here except death. It will come to you just like it will come to me. It will come to me just like it will come to you. There's no escape from death. You run from death. You make people fear death when it is the absolute truth. Yeah, the absolute truth is death. How are you going to run from it? Try running. See how far you get. See how many miles you get before death catches up. I mean, I've done my task. I've delivered the message. Satan knows it. Satan knows who I am. You morons don't. He has no authority over me. So he'll try and get you to screw with me. And he will make your end worse than it's already going to be. Unless you believe and turn to God and submit to God and his messengers, the commands of his messengers. You got to submit to the commands of the messengers. Otherwise you're lost. But God has given you the ability to reject him, to follow the lies and your desires. Your desires are the life of the world. You love this life. You love this life more than life itself. Yeah, you will die for this life. What a bunch of idiots. Yeah, so Satan, how's it looking? How much longer do you think you have? You and I know there's not much more time left. And what is time, anyways? What if it's another 10 years or 20 or 50? The end of these people are coming. You say generation is only 25 years? Did I hear that? No, it is not. The generation lasts as long as God wants it to last. The last one was destroyed, and this one will be destroyed, and every other generation that has ever come has been destroyed. All of them have been punished severely as well after the messenger comes, except the people of Jonah. Because in that case, he slipped. My brother Jonah, he slipped, and he ended up in the fish. And then he cried out to his Lord to forgive him. And so do we slip. I haven't slipped up as bad as he did, but I got close. But you couldn't make me slip all the way. You tried. You tried all my life to turn me back from God. It did not work. Now it can't work. There's no way you can turn me back. I'm your sworn enemy, just like you're my sworn enemy. And the war is on. The war will come to you. I won't have to lift a finger. Yeah, but if you screw with me, I will screw back with you as much as I can, what God allows me. And when you overcome me, if he allows you to, then no, you know what's going to happen. You're going to be wiped out with all your minions on the earth today and put in the fire, which will go higher. Every time a generation is destroyed and is put in the fire goes higher, higher and higher above your head. And you're there, you're burning and you know it. You just don't want everybody else to know, and you want them to go with you into the hellfire, which burns and blazes and calls out to all those who reject God, all those who reject his angels, all those who reject his books, and all those who reject his messengers, every single one of them, or any one of them. Or you separate between any one of us, and you separate between God and any one of us, and you reject the hereafter. For all this, or you doubt after that, all you people are going to burn in hell. This is the reality. So yeah, I wanted to say this because I've finished delivering the message as far as I know or I understand in my heart. And there's nothing else you can do to prevent it now. You can come and get me. You know where I am. You've all been warned. All your leaders have been warned. They know who I am. I'm not hidden anywhere. The only thing I'm hidden from is your knowing who I am by your own soul's desire. There's 80% of you or more will have absolutely no excuse. When you stand that day and tell God, I didn't know, he'll show you how you didn't know and why you didn't know. So with that, I'm going to end this. Yeah, you're warned. You've been warned. You've been continuously warned for over 15 years almost now. And the end is coming now for you guys. There's no escape from this. These wars that you're harping about, you're distracting yourself with the Ukraine war or the Syrian war or any other war. This isn't just a distraction. The real war will be when God's angels descend and massacre every single one who stands against God, which has been done God only knows how many times before and how many generations before this one. So don't worry, the earth is not ending anytime that I can see in the future. There's many events that are going to happen before this world ends, this creation, before the final judgment of all mankind and all demonkind occurs after this whole creation is destroyed. You can keep doubting. Obviously, you will doubt that I'm telling you the truth because you have no idea what the truth is. You've never opened the books with an open heart and read them and understood what they're actually saying. It's not about mercy, forgiveness. It's about submission to God, obeying him and his messengers. And if you don't do that, it's all destruction. And if you do that, then you have a chance of salvation. And then after you do that and you doubt and you turn back, which most of you do when you come and meet us because you don't like us, because we judge with authority, we judge with the truth, which mostly is against the desires of your soul. So when you turn to us, you turn back and run away like idiots. and find yourself back in hell, which is what Satan wants. So, anyway, that's all I gotta say. The end is coming soon for your generation, not the earth. The earth ain't ending anytime soon that I can see. There's a lot more to happen, and the Messiah Jesus, he still has to return, which you all doubt as well. The Christians, the so called idiot Muslims or not, and the Jews don't even understand that Jesus is the Messiah and there's no other Messiah. So, with that, you can all happily go to hell unless you open your hearts, see the light that I am spreading, because I am the lamp that is spreading the true light. You are spreading darkness, which you conceive in your minds to be light.